What's the worst thing a teacher has done or said to you or someone else? My combination math class homeroom teacher in middle school had a daughter in my class. One of her friends found a love note in her locker that she swore came from me. It didn't, and got the whole mean girl clique to start making fun of me for it, teacher's daughter included. Teacher in question overhears it one day. It went on for weeks and joys her daughter and gang in teasing me. I was the stereotypical nerdy kid not on a sports team, not good with girls whatsoever, but somehow also the worst at the subject she taught, so that's probably why I was such an easy target. Ooh. When I was in the 4th grade in the early 90s, there was a kid in the class, James, who was always disruptive, in a class clown kind of way, obnoxious, but not violent or angry or anything. Anyway, one day, our teacher had enough of his shenanigans and told everyone in the room to name one thing they didn't like about James. I stuck up for him and said James isn't always bad. He lent me a pencil once, when I didn't have one. She rolled her eyes in disgust and moved on. I was the only one who said something nice about the poor kid. It was awful. We're having a casual conversation with the teacher about songs lyrics that didn't make much sense. It had come from a topic in class. A girl said something about a song by the Beats Aerosmith. I don't remember, and the confused teacher asked the Beatles. The girl corrected her and told her the correct band name. The teacher with a slight disappointment. I thought we were talking about something serious. The class went from a relaxed atmosphere to sudden silence. Teacher, what I said was wrong, right? Had a high school teacher on the first day of class say he better not see any girls in short skirts sitting up front because he could see right up their skirts. At the time it made me uncomfortable, but I didn't realize until later how disturbing this was. I could see this being a private conversation with administration regarding dress code, but not a weird announcement to the entire class while smiling. Said that I was cheating, but I wasn't in Spanish class. Was sitting behind a fluent speaker who took the class for an easy. I asked him before class in the hallway what this certain word means in English. Next day, got called out in front of everyone for being a cheater, saying that we both magically got the same question wrong with the same answer. One teacher told my friend that he was going to look him up every few years so he could laugh at what a failure he was inevitably going to be. The teacher was fired years later for racist comments, and my friend is very successful in his job in PR, so we bring this up regularly. Being physically assaulted at school and continuously allowed it to happen. Then when I retaliated and the school nearly had to have me arrested, she feigned ignorance and said I never told her anything. Him, hey man, you wanna be in my new club? Me maybe. What? Him calls your fucking cunt, nerd, walks off. I'd never been burned harder by a teacher in my life. He was hilarious and 16-year-old me was just in shambles. I had a teacher yell out racial slurs, cursed us out and said sexually graphic jokes all in a so-called Catholic school. I did a rant on it. The teacher of my younger brother said to his friend, "You'll never be anything in life," because the boy was troublesome. They reported it to the principal and she got fired after that. Kissed me in 4th grade. Then tried to say I initiated it in court, even if that were the case. He sounded like an idiot because he simply could have denied doing so if I wanted it. My shoes was kept on my head by library teacher. My classmate kept my shoes on newspaper stand and teacher saw it. I was not aware of this. You're not a student here. But since you're the only one who answered correctly, I'm not calling security if you just leave peacefully. During the whipping scene in Uncle Tom's Cabin, he kept saying this is the best part and also kept referring to the slaves as Negroes. One time my teacher was so annoyed at me for not doing my homework she banged my dad and teased me about it at school. I was beat by my kindergarten teacher, Mr. Collins. Peed on myself, I was so scared. He's dead now. My 6th grade teacher hit me after wrongly assuming I was at the wrong desk. The good old days. Someone smells like a campfire. Yeah, the kid whose house burned down the night before. A teacher once told me you're not going to make it in life. You'll end up a loser. My third grade teacher told me that my mum called her and said I was stupid. Had a teacher drag me out of class by my year once. I forget why.